So one of the great philosophers of our time, Mike Tyson, the heavyweight champion who bit off Evander Holyfield's ear, I believe, I'm obviously saying this tongue-in-cheek, has a great saying that everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. In other words, everybody has great advice on what to do, but they're not the people going through it, either as the caregiver or the patient. So I want to tell you from the get-go here, from the very beginning, and set the stage and let you know that what I'm telling you comes from patients themselves, comes from the most resilient people in the world, really. And there's patterns of behavior that they learn and makes them very effective, first of all, in the healthcare system, and then it changes their experience that they have. So there's two pieces to this puzzle. One is being very effective, which is what the playbook is all about. And then there's a whole nother world out there about how you reframe experience so that it serves you and it makes you grow. So that's the foundation I want you to understand as we get going. I want to share with you the most common mistake, and it's one that I made when I was going through my cancer experience, and that is the confusion between endurance and resilience, the confusion between coping and actually reframing the adversity that's in front of you. There's a huge, huge difference. And I come from a background of endurance athletics, marathons, triathlons, and I've always prided myself on how much endurance I actually have. And it's something that I was reasonably good at. So that trapped me into thinking that the cancer experience was really one of trying to figure out how much pounding could I take and how long could I take it. Well, endurance, the problem with that is that endurance is really only good enough when the adversity we face is within our own capability or even our own ability to stretch to get there. And I rapidly found that I was so far beyond my capability that I felt lost. I felt like I had been a failure. And it ultimately sets up this win-lose scenario, because you're rapidly going to be beyond your own capability. So that's the problem with that endurance scenario. We all need to have endurance, but it only takes you so far. So what is the difference then with resilience? Resilience means I'm actually more functioning along the lines of somebody who's practicing jujitsu. I am reframing and redirecting energy to my advantage. And I do that by asking the right questions. How can I extract meaningful value? How can I extract meaningful use out of the challenge in front of me? And that's really the difference between high-performance patients and high-performance caregivers, is that they make this transition rather quickly from endurance to resilience. They figure out a way to make the experience help them grow. And here's the key, though. All of that's wonderful, and we can show you the process on how they do that. But the real key, the revolution in your healthcare, is the fact that resilient behavior and a resilient mindset triggers a physiology with it. It boosts your immune system physically. And science is now learning this, but science and medicine haven't caught up with the process of how to allow you to do it. So what you have in front of you is a role as a patient. You have a role in your own behavior, your own mindset, and you are going to work on triggering your own self-repair mechanism naturally. And that radically changes your role as the patient and the caregiver. You now have the ability to optimize your outcome by triggering a healing response. That's revolutionary, and you need to pay attention to it.